Welcome, my fellow Americans. Welcome to Mike Accusations live on YouTube. Hope you could hear me loud and clear. I'm just going to wait a couple of seconds to get some viewers joining us on this beautiful Wednesday afternoon. And we got some interesting conversations that we're going to have. I just want to make sure that you guys could hear me loud and clear. So once you are on this live, please hit 1 in the chat to inform me that the sound is loud and clear. Today's conversation is strictly directed to the one and only Dr. Crooked Fauci. What a crook this guy turned out to be, huh? Oh my goodness, I can't even. What a garbage this guy turned out to be. Just still waiting, guys. Please be patient. Wanting to get as many as people on this live so we could get the ball rolling. Let me just adjust my seat. There we go. If you guys can hear me, please one in the chat. You've already seen my thumbnail. This is related to Dr. Crooked Fauci, the man who's responsible for over 1 million American lives that were lost. While he made over millions, he destroyed so many families. Hit 1 if you could hear me in the chat. Please type the number 1 in the chat if you could hear me loud and clear. And in this conversation, we're going to gather up a whole team, a whole group of Americans, and we're going to take Dr. Crooked Fauci to its right place, which is the Supreme Court, if we need to. We are going to take him to court. We need to take care of this animal who has ruthlessly affected so many Americans and caused millions of Americans' lives. So please hit 1 in the chat or hit the like button if you could hear me right now. I need to understand that we're all on the same page. I don't want to waste your time or mine. Please hit 1 if you could hear me in the chat. Type 1 or hit the like button. Either way, I'll get the clear information from you. Please hit like or type in 1 in the chat. Thank you, guys. All right. If you could see my thumbnail, you could understand already that this conversation is about the crooked Dr. Fauci, who was up in front of Congress today. And of course, he will never be a decent American to speak and tell us the truth for once, for us to all understand what happened during this coronavirus. Well, he pleaded the fifth. That is the only way that this coward was able to protect his freedom. But we are not in authority to take him to jail or to take him to prison as he deserves, but we can still fight in court and bring him to justice. So if you are affected or your loved ones have been affected by the coronavirus, I need you to tell me in the chat so I could reach out to you guys. We're getting a whole team ready to take this coward to court. Yes, it is still in power. We have not lost the time yet. We can still take him to court. Please hit the like button to get this video as much attention as possible. Number two, let me know in the chat by pressing the number one. Type one in the chat if you could hear me loud and clear. We are getting ready. We are submitting paperwork, but I need more people to join this class action lawsuit. We will be suing Dr. Crooked Fauci. You heard me say this loud and clear. We will be suing Dr. Fauci. Thank you for hitting the like button, guys. Continue hitting the like button. I need as many as people. We need this video to get as much attention because I need a whole group of Americans who have actually been affected by the coronavirus. We will be suing and taking Dr. Fauci to court. I know he was able to get away from facing jail time because they have done the favor to him. I don't know why, but he's been pardoned. So he's at this point no longer touchable. You cannot pursue any criminal charges against him. By him staying silent, pleading the fifth today, showed me 100% accuracy that he has so much fault in this entire situation. Guys, can you hear me? Please type in one in the chat. I need to know if I'm speaking and you guys could clearly hear me because sometimes this YouTube will act up. All right, so we got another thumbs up. Please let me know in the chat if you could hear me, guys. It says reconnecting again. Can you guys hear me? Please type in the chat. Please type in the number one if you could hear me. Service sometimes goes back and forth and I have complications with this stupid internet. Please let me know if you could hear me. I don't want to waste my time or your time. This is extremely important. I want to have a whole team of Americans who will join us in a class action lawsuit to take this crooked Dr. Fauci to court. I have already spoken to very, very knowledgeable and experienced attorneys. We have about a dozen families who have already signed documents who want to join us for this lawsuit. And this is your opportunity here right now to inform me that you are also a victim of the coronavirus and Dr. Fauci. This is not a coronavirus that you cannot go and fight and take them to court. This is full responsibility of Dr. Fauci by his diary that he did diary that he's written in his private home. They have all that evidence now against him. Now, of course, there's nothing that we could do with taking him to court and prosecute him to any jail time because he's been pardoned by I don't know who. I think I have an idea, but that's not our concern right now. Our work starts now, and it starts with you and me by joining together, creating a bigger team to submit a class action lawsuit. I personally, myself, have lost my family, my brother, due to the stupid coronavirus shots that he got. And it's time to take that crooked doctor to court. He needs to pay the price for all of these innocent American families that he's affected. I don't know if you guys saw him today in front of Congress. He showed up and he did not speak a single word other than, I plead the fifth. I plead the fifth. There was nothing that the Congress was able to get out of him. Today was his day to actually speak and say the truth. Even if he had spoken and expressed the ultimate truth today, he would have been protected because he's under government protection when you get pardoned. I had no idea that he was pardoned. So the criminal aspect of this case is now out the door. Now we could go after him financially. He's made over millions of dollars on our family's misery. Do you understand? He put this virus together just so he could pursue what his business idea that he had patents on these virus shots, and he's made millions. And innocent people, healthy people in America that had no need of these virus shots, he forced it down our throats. He closed down our businesses, churches, and entertainment for his business agenda. Him and all the governors who were involved with him should all, at the end of the day, pay the price. I cannot believe he's still walking around free in $1 million mansion, being driven around by his chauffeurs, as most of America right now is paying the ultimate price, and their loved ones are suffering because of his un oh my God, I get so angry. I get so angry. Please forgive me. But all those virus shots that they were forcing down our throats were not in any shape and form FDA approved. First and foremost, this FDA bullcrap that they keep talking. I don't. There is no such thing as FDA. There's no such thing as consumer care, government programs that they care about us. There's nothing like that in this country that we all call home that is worried about you or me, your health or my health. If there's a chain of McDonald's and Burger Kings and Jack in the Box and all these junk that is available for the consumer to eat, there's no such thing as an FDA approved. That's all just amazing vocabulary that they use just to make us and put our guards down, and all we do is just kill ourselves. Guys, hit the like button if you haven't done so. Come on, I really need help with this video right now, guys. I'm not joking. And the only way I could get help is by you just hitting the like button. It's not going to cost you anything. Thank you for helping me out. And Dr. Fauci and his generation of wealth are going to be celebrating. They have been celebrating, and we are the only ones who are paying the dues after what he's done to us. That crooked son of a gun of a so called doctor needs to learn his lesson. Now, I don't know how that lesson is going to be taught to him. I somewhat have an idea, which is in a court system. He needs to go to court. He needs to face the families that he's personally, I don't want to use the word, but they're no longer with us. You understand what I'm trying to say? YouTube is extremely sensitive on some words, so I'm trying to be extra careful so this video doesn't get bugged down and get debunked it and taken off YouTube's algorithm. So please, if I use little children's vocabulary, I'm just trying to make this as safe as possible to have this video as up as long as possible. So if you or your family have been affected by coronavirus or by the stupid virus shots that they kept forcing us to get, I need your information. We need to stay in contact because I am putting up a whole team of lawyers that soon we will be serving and taking Dr. Crooked Killing Fauci to court. He doesn't care about the Congress. He doesn't care about Senate. He is so overwhelmingly protected by the government, or was. But with all the information that is now becoming available for us, I think you don't have to be the smartest person on this planet to understand what really happened and why we experienced what we experienced with this coronavirus garbage. He was working on this for many, many years. Yes, in that Chinese clinic, they were trying to come out with the virus that was now going to be transferred not only from a bat to another bat, but they were trying to come out to see how they could transfer that virus from a bat to a human being. The reason they were doing that is because Dr. Crooked Fauci had patents on all of these virus shots that they were forcing us to take. So they knew once one or two Americans got the virus, then they were going to be able to sell their virus, and they sold it more than you could expect. They made millions and millions of dollars by killing Americans. Think about this. They were spreading that virus onto normal, law abiding Americans in order to sell their virus. Well, they did. They did, and they got away with it for as long as they have. But time has now arisen for Americans to come together and take this crooked piece of shit to court. Hi, guys. Thank you for joining my live. We're talking about how we are going to be submitting a lawsuit. Yes, I'm saying it right now. We've kept this in private for many, many months, but this is the time that I need to now share this information. Because of Dr. Fauci being protected by his patent that he's received, pardon, I'm sorry, he received a pardon from the Joe Biden administration. We are now getting a whole together, including three separate amazing attorneys, and we're going to be submitting a class action lawsuit against this crooked doctor. So I need you to help me first share this video and like this video so we could get as many as people's attention as we possibly can. Second, I will be providing another app where you guys could go and provide your information and an email address. We don't need a lot, just for the attorneys when it's time to submit, to bring you guys onto board if you are authorizing it, of course. There's no money that's needed from you. There's nothing that you need to pay or do. All you got to say is, I have been affected by the coronavirus, or my family has been affected by the coronavirus. So I, Joe Smith, am giving an authorization with, here's my email information, to include me and my family to join the lawsuit. That's simple as that. So if you are willing to join the lawsuit, I will provide another app where you guys could load your information privately. It's not going to be shared, of course, on YouTube or anything else. It'll just be your first and last name and an email address where the attorneys could reach out and get you onto board. Please hit the like button if you guys haven't done so. What's going on, brother? Manchester United in the house. Thank you. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for joining this live. Unfortunately, this is not a great topic that I would love to talk about. I'm a big soccer guy, sports. I love to talk about different things, but this live is specifically related to crooked Dr. Fauci and his whole crew, who have caused millions of Americans their lives. Not only that they've killed people with the coronavirus, but there are now healthy Americans who are now suffering because of the coronavirus shots that they were forced to take. Literally forced. You couldn't fly, you couldn't go to sporting events, you couldn't work. My job forced me to get the coronavirus flu shot. If not, I couldn't go back to work. Think about the trapment that they put us through. This was such a disgusting game that they played that caused millions of Americans' lives, and now we're understanding how much more health issues people are having because of that. I'm not gonna sit here and preach and say that I'm the healthiest guy. I live uh, every single day. No, I'm a smoker. I'm casually a drinker. I've cut down drinking dramatically, but I don't watch everything that I eat. Every once in a while, you'll catch me at a fast food restaurant, and it will not be McDonald's or any of those garbage. But yeah, you might catch me at the Mexican food place. God, why is my brain freezing on me? So, no, I'm not the most healthiest guy, but yes, I am extremely upset, as anyone should be, when you were not allowed to visit your family on Christmas, Thanksgiving, or any holiday because of Dr. Fauci's orders. And now we're finding out that Dr. Fauci has made millions of dollars on our health and well being. Think about how frustrated I am right now, and I'm sure a lot of Americans are. So that's why I'm trying to gather a whole team and an enormous amount of American families to join me in this class action lawsuit. I don't know if you were able to see his ridiculous pleading the fifth in front of Congress today. It was an embarrassment. It was so sickening to witness this. He's just sitting there with his lawyers and is not answering a single question that the Congress had for him, and playing us for a bunch of fools while he collected millions and millions of dollars. You know, I could care less about his millions of dollars. What bothers me the most is the amount of lives that were lost while he was collecting his millions of dollars. Go and do your thing, make your money, but don't make your money while you're taking innocent lives. If not a single soul was lost during his money grabbing, I wouldn't be this upset. And I'm sure a lot of Americans could agree with me. You're making your money, you're a doctor, you're found a way to milk the system, which is disgusting to begin with. But on top of, while you're milking the system, robbing us in daylight, you're now robbing our health and our loved ones. Literally, you're stealing my family and my loved ones away from us as you rob and make money. That's not gonna, you're not gonna be able to eat that. You're not gonna be able to swallow that. We're gonna make sure that that money that you made is gonna be stuck deep in your throat. That I assure you. You were able to work the government to give you a pardon. We understand. It's too late for us to take you to criminal court and see you get locked up for the rest of your nightmare life that you claim that you live. It's an you. How can you sleep at night knowing that you've killed so many people? And when I'm giving you these numbers of a million here in America, that's just in America. Imagine around the world how many people you've killed. The numbers are somewhere around the 15 million. You've took 15 million lives just to stack up your bank account. How can you live with yourself? How do you sleep at night? How can you carry the title of a doctor? Are you kidding me? You're a joke. You're a joke, man. You're a disgusting human being that doesn't deserve to breathe the same oxygen that normal people are breathing right now. You shouldn't be walking on the same streets. You shouldn't be living next to another fellow American and sharing the road with us. You're an animal, man. You're a freaking animal. And the way you've represented yourself today by pleading the fifth, not wanting to answer a single question when all these people's lives that have been lost is due to your stupid scientific test that you were doing, and you've killed all these people, man. So please like this video if you haven't done yet. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. But most importantly, share your information so I could be able to include you in this class action lawsuit that we're preparing to submit, and bring this coward to court and make him pay for every single life that he stole from us. I don't know if you guys get a chance, please go and watch his so-called testimony in front of Congress today. There was no testimony. Every single question that they've asked, it got so ridiculous. They were asking him, "Hey, Dr. Fauci, what color is the carpet in front of you?" And he said, "Due to my attorney's request, I'm respectfully pleading the fifth." I'm Every question they had for him, every question. They said, "What day is today, Dr. Fauci?" He said, "I plead the fifth." They said, "Who's sitting next to you, Dr. Fauci?" He said, "I plead the fifth." "What color is the carpet, Fauci?" "I plead the fifth." Hit the like button, guys. Hit the like button, please. Help me spread this video to as many as people as possible. So this animal, this ruthless so-called human being, he cannot be there's no way this person's a human being. There's no way he's a person. There's no way he has a heartbeat. How could you have a heartbeat and consider yourself as a human after what you did, after you not it's not that it's over. It's not over yet. I hope you guys understand. The coronavirus did its job. Unfortunately, it took so many lives, but it's continuing right now, affecting young Americans because of the stupid virus shots that they had to get, because they were forced to get a virus shot. If you didn't get a virus shot, you couldn't go to work, just like myself and millions of people like myself. We had to get the virus shot in order to go back to work. But I wasn't that stupid to get a virus shot. I'm stupid enough to smoke, but not that stupid to get a virus shot to go back to work. Well, Dr. Fauci, just the way you thought you have your ways to get people sick, we're not going to just lay down and say shoot us in the head, right? We all have our ways to make sure that we don't put any poison that you've requested with no research, with no FDA backing, which FDA is nothing but a garbage. Who gives a crap about the FDA? Government safety organizations. Get the hell. There's no such thing as a government carrying organization for the people. That is out of the question. As long as you have McDonald's and all these garbage companies poisoning Americans every single day, there's no such thing as a government carrying organizations like the FDA that's looking out for our benefit. That's all baloney. Just like your Dr. Fauci is garbage, just like McDonald's and Jack in the Box is garbage. Everything that you're giving us for the humans to put in their body is poison. Every single thing that you are advertising for us to eat and drink is nothing but poison. So I would ask very kindly to please take away this bullshit of information, the FDA approved. There is no such thing as FDA approved. It's it's called Benjamin's approved. There's a big difference. Instead of being called FDA approved, we got to change it to Benjamin's being approved. If they know they could make money, then you best believe it's going to be approved. And that has nothing to do with your well being. I assure you that. So next time you see someone advertising something that is FDA approved, remember Mike said it first. It's Benjamin's approved. That means they're going to make a lot of money. When they're going to make a lot of money on some product, then you stay the hell away from that because it's going to do nothing but harm. Understood? Just like before these were approved, right? These were advertised to get people addicted. And now I'm one of them. And millions of people like myself. They get you addicted, they get you hooked on, and you make money. They make money. What's up, Axel? What you asking, brother? What? It says what? What? I don't know what you meant to ask by just what. What is approved? Dr. Fauci's crooked virus shots were approved. That's what's approved, my friend. Please let me know in the comments if you were forced to take the virus shots and if you're also a victim of Dr. Fauci. If you are a victim of Dr. Fauci, please let me know in the comments. Yes or no. As simple as that. Yes or no. Let me know, guys. If you haven't done so, please hit the like button. Let's get as much attention to this video as we possibly can. If you missed it, I will repeat it one more time. We are gathering information, doing our due diligence to submit a class action lawsuit against Crooked Fauci, aka Dr. Anthony Fauci. Don't forget what I said, guys. It's not about FDA, it's about Benjamins. Remember that. Write it down. Take a picture. I could care less what you want to do. Just don't forget it. Hit the like button if you haven't done so. This is about the Crooked Fauci. Crooked Fauci's story that is now becoming extremely picture perfect clear what his agenda and what his plans were. His plans were for him to become, not only for him, his children, and his grandchildren to become trillionaires and for you to be dependent on doctor. Got it? More government, money, more insurance, more health care dependent. That's what they wanted for you and I to become. So they were forcing us to get their disgusting so called FDA approved virus shots. Can't even believe that crap. My job at the time, I was in the film industry, I was doing stunt work. I was told that if you do not have the virus shots, you are not allowed to be on the set. So they were forcing everybody and anybody that was going to be on a set of a TV show or feature film or commercial, everything that was related to Screen Actors Guild, you had to have a virus shot. If you did not have a virus shot, then you couldn't work. And I am definitely not an A-list actor, so I did not have everyday acting gigs or stunt work. You would get booked by your agent, and it was sometimes 4 times a week, 3 times a week if you were lucky. So imagine you were dependent on your job for your agent to book gigs and for you to work. Last thing I needed was for me to not be able to work because of a coronavirus shot that I did not have. So I had to create the documents and the proof that I had the coronavirus shot. But of course, I'm not going to get that shot. I ain't that stupid. But I'm stupid enough to continue smoking cigarettes. Why? Because at a young age, they even advertised this as a cool thing to do. Hey, cowboy, you ain't that cool if you don't have a Marlboro Light, right? hmm Here we are, still puffing away. So please don't ignore this video. This is a very important information that I'm sharing with you guys, and I don't want you to miss out because we are gathering massive information and creating as many as people as we possibly can to start our class action lawsuit. Because there's no other way that you could punish Dr. Crooked Fauci. He's been pardoned by Joe Biden and his administration, so you cannot pursue any criminal actions against him, but we can still, as individuals, uh, citizens of America, we will pursue class action against this coward. Just if I could even know that we were able to take his doctor license away from him, that would make me very happy. I'm not trying to hurt him. I'm not trying to harm anyone. I'm not Dr. Fauci. I will not get any joy out of hurting anyone. But I will get a joy to know that we were able to at least suspend his license indefinite and make sure that he could never represent himself as the people's doctor. Freaking crying out! Not only that he was the people's doctor, he was claiming to be the American doctor. He's the America's scientifical doctor. Get the Yeah, you've definitely pulled off some nice science, my friend. Your science only helped your bank account. That's what you were able to do. You were hit the like button, guys, if you haven't done so. You were an amazing doctor by making your bank account quadruple within a year. You did very, very good on with yourself and your money. That's for sure. All right, guys, I'm not gonna take any more of your time. Thank you for joining my YouTube live. You have my information. You can find me on YouTube. You can find me on Facebook. You could share your information to join us in taking this crooked doctor to court and make him pay for everything. It's not like we're going to get any of our loved ones back. We've already suffered and we've overcome that mindset. That's never going to happen. We all know. But at least we could know that he could never hurt anyone else and he needs to be stopped as soon as possible. His license needs to be revoked. He needs to be suspended indefinite, not temporarily, not for 6 months or a couple of years. His license needs to be revoked. He could never, ever practice in the world, anywhere. Forget America. He should never be able to practice anywhere in the world as a doctor. He should be known. His title needs to go from a doctor to a murderer. That's what needs to happen. If we could reach to that point, I will be very happy and satisfied. And if you are watching me and if you're an attorney and you understand about this road that we want to go, please contact me as well. I've already spoken to multiple different attorneys. We're, there's a couple of us. I'm not by myself. We get together and we're going to choose who we think is the best that would fight and take our fight to court and accomplish what we want without hurting anybody, without harming anybody, not physically, but financially, we definitely are. We will. Thank you, guys. Have a wonderful evening. This was Mike Agajanian saying good night, stay safe, and don't listen to everything that the government has to say. It's getting really hot. I'm going to turn the AC on. 1 second. So please join us and let's make sure we could revoke this coward's license to practice in the world, not in America, across the globe. He could never claim to be a doctor. He has lost that in 2020. Thank you for joining Mike Agajanian's YouTube Live. Stay safe. God bless. Till we see you again.